Okay, I have a quick fun effect to share with you today. Now for this we need 12 random cards. Okay, so let's go ahead and mix the cards. In fact, you saw the cards a moment ago, but let's go ahead and shuffle them. 3 times should be plenty, don't you think? I would think so. Okay, so 12 random cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now, since these cards are random, I'm going to have you just take a peek at the top card. Now, as the performer, you wouldn't see this card, right? Only the spectator would see it. It's the 8 of diamonds. Okay, so just need to remember the 8 of diamonds. Okay, set it back down on top. And now we're going to completely lose it in the packet. Probably should point out it's at the bottom right now, so maybe we should stack like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and deal out into 2 piles in this way with random stacking decided by you. Right on left. Okay, very good. Do another one of those. How do you want the stacking this time? Right on left again. Okay. We can do as many of these as you like, actually, just to make sure the card is totally lost. You want left on right. Okay. Whoop, dropping cards. Any more? Just one more. Okay. I think the cards will be incredibly well mixed at that point. How do you want these stacked? Right on left. Okay. Very good. Now, believe it or not, we've kind of come to the end because I have a written prediction over here. So let's take a look at what prediction I have for this quick fun effect here. Okay, so to find the spectator's card, place the joker, so I have the joker over here as a helper, in the middle of the 12 cards, I'm assuming. Then Klondike distinct pairs to the table. Then find the joker. Okay, so put the joker in the middle, Klondike pairs to the table, and then find the joker. Okay, well, let's just do that. So in the middle, let's see, we have 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards here and 6 here. So I'll go ahead and just put the joker right there. And then we're supposed to Klondike distinct pairs to the table. Now, if you don't know what that is, this is where you just take the top and bottom cards off is 1. That's the Klondike shuffle. Okay, so a Klondike distinct pairs to the table, then find the joker. That's the instructions there. Okay. We found the joker. The joker's right there, all by its lonesome. So how is that supposed to help us find your freely arrived at card? Do you have any ideas? You're as lost as I am? Okay. Well, nonetheless, why don't we go ahead and just take a look at what cards we've Klondiked to the table here. Okay. Let's see. Anything interesting? Whoa. Now, wait a second. What's over here? What in the world is going on here, guys? I believe we followed the instructions perfectly. And I suppose if we ignore this one as a red herring or something, if we find the joker, it is right there. So I can only assume that this must be the card that you saw at the very beginning. It is? Okay. Wow. Wow, that worked out, but certainly not in the way that most would think it should work out. Golly. Okay, so how does this work? Well, it's very, very simple. Okay, so what you do here is you just have the joker at the top of the deck, the color joker. I think it has more of a punch at the end if it's the color one. The black and white over here is a bit of a red herring, but still helpful. Okay, and so all you have to, so here's the joker. So you just have to preserve it there at the top through as many riffle shuffles, as the spectator wants you to perform. Okay? So I'm just making sure the top card on the right falls last. Okay, so the joker's still there. Okay, and then if you remember what I did was I began dealing, right, this joker is going to the bottom. I began dealing 12 cards randomly which to some degree that's true. Most of these cards are random. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now the card that we arrive at for them to remember is truly random. If you kind of looked at what I did, no one has any idea what that is. But the secret is their card and the joker at the bottom are in a mirrored relationship. That means relative to the center, they're on mirrored ends of the packet. Okay? Well, because of that, we can use the stay stack principle, which in particular says we can now left, right, deal, or shuffle this packet as many times as we like with random stacking, and that colored joker and the spectator's card will move around. They will certainly be moving around in this packet of 12, but they will always be in a, quote, mirrored relationship. It doesn't matter how many of these you do. You do 100,000 of them if you like. It won't hurt anything. So let me just show you that we're going to be safe here. Okay, so let's just take a look here. So 2, 4, 6. Okay, so that's the center break. Okay, so if you notice, where's the joker and the king of hearts? Well, they're still in a mirrored relationship relative to this. So the center, I'll go like this. Center's like this. Okay, so those two cards are still, quote, in a mirrored relationship relative to each other. Okay, so if you want to think about king of hearts being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth card from the edge. The joker here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth card from the edge there. So they're in a mirrored relationship. Okay. Well, when they're in that kind of relationship, if you just push off half the cards, which is what we did, we were asked to put the joker in the middle. So you push off 6, put this other joker in the middle. We now have a packet of 13 cards, which is odd. Well, the Klondike Shuffle of an odd-sized packet always finishes with the middle card as like the lone survivor. It will have no partners. But the important thing is the act of performing a Klondike Shuffle brings mirrored cards together as distinct pairs. In fact, we can even do it face up so you can watch it. Okay. So here then we were asked to put out distinct pairs. So there's one. Here's one. Here's one, here's one, here's one. That's our special pair. Here's the final one, and then there's the joker, okay? And then we can do that kind of funny little miscall of find the joker. The joker's right here. How is that going to help me find their card randomly somewhere in this set of 6 pairs? Well, the fact is the joker we're now referring to help us find the card is the other joker. Okay, well, anyway, that's the secret. Super simple mathematically, but it still carries quite a punch for any spectator because since they're free to left-right deal as many times as they like with random stacking, and then nonetheless you're able to find their card, that is just mystifying to 99% of the people out there. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.